You know how there's always that one guy in a group project that does absolutely nothing and gets all the grades from the hard work of the nerds? Ladies and gentlemen, meet Nerd, or actually the Nerd, because when it comes to the study of off-roading, the Thar has always scored an A+. Me, on the other hand, I'm more like an F-, which is why today we're at Mahindra's off-road test track to find out if the Thar Roxx has enough skills in its syllabus for the two of us. Our exam, many kilometers of ruts, mud, rocks, climbs, dips and everything else that you can think of that make up Mahindra's Off-Road Academy in Igatpuri. It's here. This is where SUVs prove that they really are SUVs. But let's be honest, how hard can it really be? I mean, the Thar Roxx was practically tested and developed right here. And we also have Mr. Rahul at our disposal, who has how many years of experience?
6 years.
6 years for the two of us, which I think is plenty. Anyways, let's get to it. Oof. Time to drive the Thar Roxx off-road. I'm already tackling my first obstacle. I have been very bravely told to put the car into four-wheel drive low. And the obstacle, for reference, is a pretty steep climb that gets steeper as it goes to the top, just for good measure, and is peppered with many rocks, fitting for the name of the car. Whoa. We are already stuck. Yeah, so that obstacle was tough. The wheel really went up in the air, the car was rocking around, but easy peasy for the mighty rocks. Okay, if you're wondering what four-wheel drive low is, basically it means lower gear ratio. And if you want to picture what it does, picture a cycle and only picture the rear gears of a cycle. The biggest ring on that would let you pedal very fast, but you wouldn't go very fast, but it would allow you to pedal at a very easy effort level, even on steep climbs. A low range gearbox does the same. So basically you have a lot of torque multiplication, a lot of torque going to the wheels, but you don't get a lot of speed, which is fine because for climbs like that, what you need is torque. So the one thing the Thar Roxx really does well is it makes off-roading feel like a piece of cake. Having the automatic makes it so much easier. Of course, a manual is just cooler to off-road with. But the automatic, as far as ease of use and ease of off-roading is concerned, the automatic makes it so easy. And then there's the steering, which is so smooth. Even when you're off-road, it is so smooth. It's so easy to make minute corrections, precise corrections. SUVs like the Thar provide superb on and off-road capability, and for that the engine must deliver on-demand performance. Castrol Edge SUV engine oil claims 80% improved high-load performance. This fully synthetic engine oil is BS6 ready and is said to allow for superior performance and better acceleration on demand. Okay, we've just finished the articulation pit. It was, I wouldn't say tough. It was definitely fun because the car like rocking and moving. So the Thar Roxx gets a solid rear axle, which gives it great articulation, but an independent front suspension system, which is not great for articulation particularly, but is great for on-road comfort. And because the Thar Roxx is trying to match both, so we're basically trying out one of the Thar Roxx's off-road features. It's called Intell Turn. It's a button on the right side. You press it, and then when you go full lock on the steering, what it basically does is it brakes individually the inside wheels to allow you to turn very tightly. So right now I'm turning around a rock, but the use case for this is that if you're on a really tight trail, there's trees around you, not much space to take a turn, put on Intell Turn, and basically it allows the car to almost rotate, not around its axis, not like the G-turn or the tank turn that is pretty viral right now on Instagram. It's not that much, but it definitely shortens the wheelbase of the car by quite a lot. So when you give it full lock, it engages, and as soon as you remove full lock, it disengages. So you can hear it I can also feel it in the car because it's braking and it's pretty shaky inside the car. But as soon as I take off lock, it's nice and smooth. Lock back on, Intell Turn is back on. I think it's a great feature. Okay, next up is a very steep decline. I can't even see the bottom of it from the top here. Wow. If there's one thing I dislike more than inclines, it's the declines actually, because that is one place where you really can't do much. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so right now you catch me with the rear wheel about 50,000 feet in the air. The front wheel is in a ditch. And they've stopped me here so they can take a nice B-roll shot of the tire in the air. Wow, great. Not the most comfortable place to be. Hats off to the car to even be able to, but I can't even move my foot an inch.
It's on, off.
Okay, on, off. On.
Keep going. Perfect. Keep going.
Okay. Spotter is like a superhuman actually. If you have a great spotter like Mr. Rahul is a great spotter, it's incredible how much this car can do. It really is surprising as to how much this car can do. And then there's of course a buffoon in the driving seat who can ruin things. The disengagement of the parking brake is an issue. It was an issue in traffic when we first drove the Thar Roxx. It's definitely an issue here off-roads. This part is easy. It's just a bumpy trail. Oh my god, oh my god. The most impressive thing for me today has not been the fact that the Thar Roxx can do crazy shit, pardon my French, but the fact that it can do it so easily. We're right now descending into a rocky riverbed. You would not even think of taking your car down here. I'm not even pressing the throttle. I'm not even on the brake. I'm holding the steering with one hand. The stuff we've done today is probably not the toughest off-road thing. I'm sure people are saying that, oh, I can do this in my Alto, and I'm sure you can. These are not obstacles that are impossible to do. Of course, the Thar has been tested here, so it's definitely possible. But the fact that I can do it so easily, that's what gets me. With the Thar Roxx, Mahindra set out to make an off-roader that also excels as a family SUV on the road. And when I first drove it, it was on the road. I was so impressed by it that it almost felt like the Thar Roxx called tarmac its home. But now driving it here, experiencing its true potential in its actual home ground, I have to say this thing rocks.